Welcome you to All About Thailand vlog number 4. Interesting. Well, in the last one, was a lot. You could say I was on location, and now I'm actually at home. Do you like the backdrop? It's good, isn't it? Right. We went a little bit about languages, and one thing and the other, which is a useful sort of thing wherever you are going around in Thailand. Now we're going to focus on, I think we should focus on transport in Thailand. Now if you've got any questions that you want to sort of ask me, just ask away, and I will answer them, well, the best I can. Well, anyway, let's start. Transport system in the place where I like to live, as well as Sankum in Bangkok, is a number of ways you can go. I live just off of the Sukhumvit, which is quite good, very close for everywhere that you need to go to. There is a skywalk that you can walk, if you don't, so you can just cross the road, just right, obviously as it is, right up in the sky. I'm scared of heights, so I don't choose to do that. There also is the BTS. This is a train service, which is known commonly as the Sky Train, which runs the length of the Sukhumvit and also runs up to the airport, Suvarnabhumi, and other places. So again, I don't particularly use that. There is the MRT, which is a bit like the underground. It's not as long as probably best would be, but gets you around from place to place. And of course, you've got the taxis, which also, you've got to be careful with the taxis as well. Depending on how well you know the taxi driver, if you're local or whatever, you need to make sure that their taxi meters are on as well. But they have a license, a photograph of the driver and his license number. Now, there has been a couple of times where I felt like I've been overcharged or something has gone wrong, and the driver was very defiant. I say, okay, I'll take a picture of your license. I'm not saying you should do that, it all depends on how you assess how the taxi driver is. But they normally sort of say, oh, sorry, my friend, I made a mistake. But now, obviously speaking in Thai to them, you get, in a sense, Thai price may be. So that's the taxis. And then you've got, obviously, lovingly, the tuk-tuks, little 3-wheel things. They're great. They charge around the city, but it's like, same as before. I've had tuk-tuk drivers in Bangkok try to sort of extremely overcharge me. Normally when I get into a tuk-tuk, well, back then, I suppose I was saying, I want to go here, I want to go there. But, then probably find out that might be overcharged. But I will give you one story when I went on a tuk-tuk and I just didn't want to cross the road. It's as simple as that. So I was going to pay 100 baht just literally to go across the road. Now, this guy, in his infinite wisdom, I said I wanted to go across the road. So in English, I go across the road, I want to go over there, which would be like Soi 22. Me and Kung, we go to there's a nice restaurant me and Kung have gone to there, we like it. And I wanted to go over to Soi 22. So he turned down the road, went right, he should have gone down. He didn't, he turned right round in the road and started going back down to Soi 1. And I thought, all right, he's busy. He was busy on the phone. And I thought, right, okay, I'm going to get taken for this ride. I'll go for this ride. He knows exactly where I was. So there we are. We swing a right into Nana. I think, right, okay, where's he going? And he stopped outside one of the popular bars in Nana. And he said, oh, here you are. And then I just had a massive rant at him in Thai and said, I didn't want to go here. I said, you're mad, you're crazy. And then he say, you're 600 baht. And I said, I'm not going to pay. I think you're a thief. You're a thief. Kun kamoy is you're a thief. And he didn't take very nicely to that, obviously. So I made him on his level, and he drove me back to where I originally wanted to go, hastened very fast and said, would you like me to drop you down this alleyway? And I said, no, not really. I'd like you to drop me there. So that was one instance, but that is very rare, you know, I would say is rare, you know. So that's your tuk-tuks. And then you can go for your buses as well. They're interesting. They are interesting. I know I've only ever done it once, and you know I wouldn't do it again. It's supposed to have been an open top bus. It was this was before I met Corn, and this was an open top bus. It was open top. It was just like had the plastic vents taken out, and shared it with a goat and a chicken. Really, honestly, and I wasn't too impressed. But it was cheap. I went all the way from Pattaya to Bangkok. Yeah, 2 hours. I don't recommend it. Take a taxi. Agree the price before you go and take the taxi. Well, you know, that's pretty much covered. Actually, I can't believe it now. I've forgotten one of the most important transport networks in Bangkok, and I can't believe I forgot this, was the boats, the taxis, the water taxis. Because you have these loads of, what was it now? Was it Bangkok, Venice of the East or something like that? It's got loads and loads of canals. Not as many as it did have, but it's got loads and loads of canals. And klongs, as they call them. But you just get on, you know, got one outside, just outside the apartment. You just literally just get on to it, taxiway, and they will take you to anywhere. You know, if you want to get to know the klongs, it's quite good. I'll do it. If you look back at some of the videos, you'll see the klong, you'll see the water taxis going past, and I think I've even sort of walked. And we've done a little thing but that was on the Chao Phraya River, about the taxis, because also there you go again, you've got the Chao Phraya River, and you've got a sort of, in a sense, taxi network. You do have a ferry crossing as well, if you can't be bothered to go over the bridge, as we do. We've done a couple of times where you're sort of going into Chinatown from Asok. But anyway, this is just a short one about the transportation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. Bear in mind, I've got itchy nose, is to keep up with the news on Bangkok and Thailand in general, and world travel, let's not forget, and adhere to all the rules and the regulations of whatever countries you're in, and obviously here in your own country we adhere to the rules as well. So anyway, we'll say goodbye now, and stay safe. Love you all.